Hi folks, I did a video today. It's 23rd of June 2019, I think. It's about 8 o'clock. And I did a video about this Sheffield nightclub. Apparently this feminist organisation claimed they went in and filmed something. Now what was interesting is I've been looking around on the internet and I came across an interview from the radio show. I believe it's on, I don't know if it's BBC 4, BBC 2 or 3 or something. I'm not sure which radio station it's on. But it's the Jeremy Vine one. It's the Jeremy Vine show. I'm not sure the date it was done. I'm presuming it was in the last few weeks, but I might be wrong.
They didn't see the footage. It wasn't footage that was played. It was written accounts of the private investigators' reports into what they had discovered when they went into the club. Now, what we understand is that as part of that, they have also done secret filming, and that filming has been handed to council officers who are due to make their decision on this relicensing issue.
But what was interesting is they stated that the evidence put forward wasn't actually a video, but it was filmed by I think they said private investigator, and it was a statement, written statement, in other words, interpretation of what the person saw, or it's an interpretation of what someone's seen on the video or claimed to see. So this throws up many questions. The first question is, does the video even exist? I mean, did they just make it up? I mean, that's a possibility. Then you've got other questions such as the period of time. If this video does exist, what's the period of time it was filmed? Was it filmed, say, within half an hour? Someone went in and filmed something for 30 minutes and left, or was it filmed, say, over several hours? I mean, they could have been there all day filming, and then simply just selected maybe 5 minutes of something. So the rest of the day, nothing. All the people who worked there, the strippers, complied by the rules, and it was just maybe one person maybe slipped up or said something. Or was it even filmed over 12 months? I mean, we don't know. It could have been filmed. Somebody could have gone in every single day and filmed it, and then they've just chosen that segment, which also makes you wonder how much this cost to film. I mean, who's paying for this? I mean, they must have a good money backers to, if you can afford to pay a private investigator. I thought that'd be quite expensive. I don't think they come cheap. Now, that's now you see what concerned me when I was listening to this interview. Okay, you've got the privacy concerns, which, I mean, that's you're putting women at risk doing it. But then, as I was thinking, I was sat there thinking, if I was filming this, I'm presuming the room's fairly dark, no lights on for atmosphere. I mean, it might be well lit up, but I presume also that there's music playing. Boom, 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 I'd have thought. There's sort of dance music. I can't imagine it's quiet. And then I'm presuming the women and men talk quietly. So this makes me wonder how they've recorded somebody speaking. Oops, someone's just texted me that. I'll turn my phone off just so that it doesn't go beep, beep, beep again. So now, what this woman described, this intimacy thing, I presume you'd have to stand directly in front of both them, both the stripper and the male. I presume it's a male. I mean, when I say directly in front, I mean you'd have to be within like a few millimeters, so you could actually record the voice and see what's going on. Because after all, if you're recording someone in a chair, how do you see them unless you're directly in front of them? It's even side on. You don't really. I mean, you'd have to be at all angles to really clarify what's going on, because I mean, we've seen it on the internet. You see a lot of pictures where they look rude and it turns out they're not. It's just the angle or something. They're quite funny. They look rude and they're not rude. Now, this questions two things, because have they got what gear have they got? I mean, I can't imagine you'd be able to walk around a strip club with a big camcorder. I presume they've sneaked in. I mean, I don't even know if there's signs up saying no cameras. But I mean, I presume there is. Can't imagine they'll allow you to walk around with a camera. I mean, I might be wrong, but my understanding, they don't allow photography or filming. So let's say, I mean, out of all the privacy things, you never see anyone upload footage on the internet. Well, I've never seen it of anyone in a nightclub. I mean, a strip club. But anyway, so I'm presuming they've got one of these secret little camera things, which, again, I mean, I find it strange they can record somebody who's well, I presume they're whispering. I mean, if I've recorded my voice even outdoors on my phone, you can't hear it very well. I have to use a microphone. That's with just very little background noise, say birds singing out in the woods. It's not easy to record. You try it, folks. You find it really tough. So I'd imagine it's literally impossible to record someone's voice in a place where they're not talking loud and you're not close to them and everyone's whispering and the music going boom, 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 or whatever it is. So this questions to me is, are they guessing, lip reading what people are saying, and they're guessing what action is? I mean, are they really seeing this, or is it sort of they're just guessing what's going on? I mean, the only way around it, I presume, to do it properly would be you'd have to sort of entrap women, entrap the strippers, should I say, by you paying them, getting them as close as you can, and then offering money for, I don't know, a kiss or something, anything, and keep repeating it until you find one that agrees to break the rules. Because, you know, in all companies, people break rules. I mean, I worked in a cinema. Somebody put their hand in the till and got the sack. I think somebody got the sack when I was a student nurse. If I remember, I think they were up to no good. I mean, people do get sacked from break the rules and do naughty things in a lot of firms. That's not really the firm's fault. Anyway, so you do have, this throws up a lot of questions. Like I say, if no one's actually seen the video, it becomes, surely, I presume the legal term is hearsay. Well, I don't know if that's the legal term, but I would imagine most judges wouldn't allow hearsay in the regards that you're repeating what someone else has said. So, say I got mugged, I can't say, oh, I spoke to somebody and they said it was person XYZ, because the person who said it isn't in the room giving evidence, and I could just be making it up. Which, again, you see, this is the whole point. Now, the girl in the video, I think she was called Ella, stated she's denied any of this. And she's also said, which, I mean, what goes on, what she's interested in is that this feminist firm, if you listen to the BBC report, states they refuse to speak to the witnesses, because Ella even says, well, we've asked them to speak to us and they refuse. Now that throws up stuff. That should ring bells for people, that they don't actually want evidence from the women there. You'd think they would do. I mean, they're weak little the pathetic excuses, oh, we're intimidated or something. But this is where it goes a bit belly up. They've stated they've hired, well, I think they've stated a security firm, or whatever, what you call them, detectives or whatever, a private firm anyway, to do the recording. So why didn't they ask them to? Why didn't they pay them to interview the models or strippers or whatever you should call them? You think they would? I mean, you know, the excuse they gave is rather. It's always interesting. None of these feminists ever want to interview the actual ones. They suddenly find people who apparently work there. So the claim they've got this Mel, who the recording sounds like she's an actress. I mean, I've said this. It doesn't sound like a real person. The accent doesn't sound legit to me. It sounds like it's a put on Sheffield accent rather than a correct one. I mean, she sounds rather middle class, rather. Well, it doesn't sound real. I mean, it could be, but what evidence have we that she worked there? I mean, they'll probably claim that's not a real name. I mean, it could be a real name, but you know, has anyone actually stated she did work there? I mean, they haven't interviewed any of the strippers, so you know, I mean, they could at least confirm if she worked there or not by interviewing them. But like I say, my question is this video even in existence? And if it does, was it filmed over months and months and months and simply edited down? And what's on the video, is it simply interpreted? I mean, none of these things, what they're saying, may have been said. They might be guessing. You know, if they couldn't hear it correctly, it just sounds. I just find it odd that they can claim they've heard these women and men so clearly, when I'm imagining, unless they stick a microphone, and you know, you can say this is something. If you ever record people, you really got to get close to them. Even when there's no other sounds around. I mean, if you're interviewing people, you have to clip a mic on them, virtually under the mouth. If you're making a film, the mic's virtually, well, they get the mic as close to the cancer before it gets in the camera shot. It's usually above the head, because then they can record it, and that's with no background noise. And yet, this has got, I presume, pop music or some form of music going boom, boom, boom. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe these clubs don't play music. I imagine they would do. I'd imagine they'd have to have it on because the girls, if they're on the, I'm presuming there's pole dances there. I mean, I'm not sure, but I mean, like I said, this is a lot of presumptions. But I'm presuming that they're stripping to music. And when you pay somebody to do a private dance, I presume they're doing it to music. So I find it really, the more I've listened to what's supposed to have happened, the more it sounds really bizarre. You know, it sounds like they've sat down and had a full conversation with each other, rather than somebody, I don't know. I mean, do we know how many women were supposed to be involved? I mean, it's all just garbage, this, isn't it, really? It's just hearsay. I mean, I honestly don't sure that, I'm not convinced this tape even exists. I mean, I do hope that the people at this licensing committee, or whatever they are, actually question this. I hope somebody's got the brains to go, we want to see the evidence, not some hearsay, not something you've written down. You know, that isn't evidence. We want to actually see the evidence. And can you tell us the dates, the times, how was it the same person recording? I mean, I'm presuming that the nightclub itself or strip club's got cameras on recording who comes in and out, so they could actually maybe cross-check that the person going in is just went in as a one-off, or did they go in months, or it may be 12 months, like I say, or maybe long. I'm saying 12 months because kind of the news thing, they have to review the license every 12 months, and the apparently go through this hoo-ha every 12 months. I mean, that's a farce in itself, because if you run a business, would you want to invest in doing the business up if you could lose your license within 12 months? I don't think you would you? So it's not a good way to run a business. I mean, I mean, I wouldn't really want to run a strip club on that basis. It doesn't seem worth the hassle. You might as well let the place fall apart, because you might lose your license in 12 months rather than invest. Still. Anyway, I'll go through a few more things. I'm going to listen to a few of the evidence that this not to want to buy, or whatever they call themselves, this feminist group, give out. So I'm going to be fair to them, and I'm going to analyse what they say, because I always believe, and I hope this comes across, that I give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't just go, oh, they're wrong because that maybe they're opposite of my views. I like to listen to what people say. I like to listen to, you know, and I will do. I'll listen to all the statements they put out and go through them all, because you know, if they do find wrongdoing, I will. I'm not the type of person who'll just defend anything. I know some people do, but if they've got a case to make, I'll say it. I mean, there might be things, there might be things that are going on that, and the strippers back it up, and I'll condemn it. I'm not some person that will always just take one side. I mean, like I said, I couldn't care less about the club. I mean, in reality, I mean, I'm better off these clubs close. I keep saying it because people go on the internet and join my site, hopefully. I mean, with luck, the models will, the strippers will want to do shoots for me, and the only place people will be able to see them is on my site, hopefully, because it's not far away. It's straight Sheffield from me. I mean, I've shot a lot of models from Sheffield, and I think some are strippers, and I wouldn't be surprised if I haven't shot somebody who works in this strip club. Although I tend to find a lot of the strippers don't model, but you never know, some do. But anyway, I might go down and hand out a few business cards if they get shut down. So perhaps I shouldn't be doing this video. Perhaps I should be trying to find ways myself to shut it down, but I can't be bothered. Anyway, I hope this is. Like I said, I think people should question everything. I think you should question: does this tape exist, and how it was obtained, and who filmed it, and were the strippers sort of egged on? I mean, you see, I'd imagine. So, I don't know if they drink or not at these places, but if they do, if someone's bought a stripper a lot of, whacked in lots of drink for her, some of it, for all we know, that she could have been ploughed up with drink and she just agreed to anything. We don't know the tactics. See, this is the trouble. When you hire somebody to get the results you want, which is what's probably happened, that someone can get results. I mean, I can get results from anything if you want. I mean, I'm sure I could go up to 1,000 nuns and find one that'll perform sex act for 50 quid. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? There's always some bad apples. Anyway, that's just a quick. I wasn't going to do any tonight, but I thought might as well. It's just been on my mind. I was walking the dog, and this has drove me up the wall thinking about it. How have they filmed it? I mean, I think people should question that if they have filmed it. There's so many questions, and I'm not a solicitor, a lawyer or anything. I'm sure a solicitor or a lawyer would have more questions. I'm not sure how many solicitors or lawyers would allow hearsay, which is basically what this is. I'm not sure this tape would even if the tape exists, unless it's crystal clear what's been going on. I'm not sure they'd allow it to go as evidence. I mean, I really do. It'd be interesting. Like I said, is the person filming it the guy who's paying them stripper? And if not, how far away is the person filming? I mean, how are they getting this? Because I honestly, I'd be impressed to see how they filmed it. Anyway, that's me, folks. Ciao. Oops, can't press the off button.